As soon as I put these barefoot boots on, I loved them. They're so comfortable. I don't like wearing boots or shoes when I'm in the house, and generally I don't. Slippers. I used to wear Crocs, and that proved to be very informative. More in a moment. I've known for a long time that my joint and muscle pains are due to poor skeletal alignment, bad posture. Some background. I had my appendix removed when I was quite young, and I've also had some quite severe injuries to my right leg, ankle, knee and hip. So all my injuries down this right hand side. As you can see from the wear on these Crocs, I favour my right side with all its injuries by putting more weight on the left. It also looks from the wear on the outside that I'm bow-legged. I'm not. This is what built-up arches do. Not much wonder that people develop knee and hip problems later in life when their feet are being continually cowped over. Cowped, a fine Scottish word which means to tip over. I haven't worn a pair of shoes with built-up arches in almost 3 years since I went barefoot. Putting these Crocs on now, I can really feel my feet, legs being splayed into that bow-leggedness. Check out the wear on these barefoot boots. I'm still favouring my right hand side by putting more weight on the left hand side. Some interesting wear on the right foot at this point though, more noticeable than on the left. Not detecting any bow-leggedness at all. This is the second pair of barefoot boots I bought, and I'm possibly still favouring my right side slightly by putting more weight on the left, though if you look here at the heel, possibly I'm putting more weight on the right side. Certainly still got that slight bit towards the toe where I'm putting more weight. Again, no bow-leggedness at all. I rest my case. You're far more likely to walk naturally without any forced bow-leggedness if you're wearing barefoot footwear. This is the first pair I bought, Forest Tracker 2. They wore to this extent in a little under a year, though I wore them all the time other than indoors. Used them when hiking, mostly over the sharp, abrasive limestone of the Burren here in Ireland, when mowing the lawns and bush cutting unwanted vegetation, while cutting up logs for firewood. I'm a keen DIYer, and as I say, I wore them all the time. The grip on these Forest Tracker 2s with their less than knobbly soles has been quite remarkable, even on wet, slippery ground. Going barefoot did take a while to get used to. I didn't engage in any weird transitional exercises, though I did walk cautiously for a while. Being in very tactile contact with the ground is a nice feeling. Though there is a caveat. A couple of people I spoke to complained about getting stress fractures while running in barefoot footwear. I wouldn't recommend pounding out a 5k in these on day one. Definitely not on hard or difficult ground. Build up to it on softer surfaces perhaps. Our ancient ancestors used to walk and run barefoot. Plenty of people around the world do so today. But then they'd done that since they could walk, so to speak. They didn't make a sudden change after wearing padded shoes with built-up insteps for 20, 30 or however many years. These particular Vivos aren't fully waterproof, so a 20k hike through squelchy backcountry might be less enjoyable than otherwise. Though 100% waterproof socks are available, and I'd rather be hiking in these than any of the 3-season boots that I wore during the 10 or so years that I hiked regularly in Scotland. Ireland can be just as wet, and I'm happy hiking in these without waterproof socks. They can be a bit chilly during the winter. All shoes can. An extra pair of socks and woolen insoles help without creating any discomfort. If you live in warmer climes, you'll be grateful they're not overly insulated. You can always add extra layers. Generally, you can't remove pre-installed insulation. I think Vivo have got the balance between hot and cold climates, weather, about right. My posture has improved and my joint pain has definitely lessened. I'd actually say I'm healing. I do help things along with regular stretching and exercise, and I'm glad I'm no longer sabotaging my efforts by wearing built-up arches. I have a pair of barefoot shoes which I wear in the gym. I've yet to see anyone who's had knee or hip surgery walk without a limp afterwards, possibly because the original posture issues haven't been addressed. So no matter how skillful the surgeon, etc. The laces have these nobles, which I first thought would be a gimmick. They're not. They're very effective. These laces seldom come loose. This more rugged style has this ball bearing transitional eyelet, which again I thought would be a gimmick, but it works really well, enabling the laces to be tightened and loosened easily. Much easier to put them on and lace them up. And likewise lace them down and take them off. I very much doubt I'll be going back to conventional shoes anytime soon. Thanks a mil for watching. Good luck.